All parties on Turner versus Brinkley. Step forward, please.
23-year-old bank teller Quanisha Turner is suing her father's girlfriend, 30-year-old Doris Brinkley, for payments made on a car before it was repossessed.
Order. All rise. Now, this is case number 611 on the calendar in the matter of Turner versus Brinkley. Fine, Judge. Parties have been sworn in, Your Honor. You may be seated. Sir, ma'am, have a seat.
All right, Miss Brinkley, let me see if I understand this rather convoluted story. The plaintiff is your boyfriend's daughter.
That is correct.
And you had a car that you were interested in getting rid of, selling. You still had payments on that car to your credit union.
That is correct.
So you and the plaintiff agreed that she would take the car, is that right?
Yes.
And you would take over the payments.
True.
And that was your agreement, that
Yes.
you would make timely payments on this car. What kind of car was it?
It was a 91 Honda Civic.
And in what month did you take the car?
In July of 98.
And then, according to these papers, there was some problem with the credit union, and they now want to repossess the car.
That is correct, Your Honor. The payments were neither timely or consistent.
You still have the car.
Yes, I do.
Now, Ms. Turner, what I find interesting is you're suing her
Correct.
for the amount that you paid so far on the car.
True.
Now, you've had the car July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, and March.
True.
9 months. True, right?
Yes, that's true.
And you use this car to get to work?
True. In other places.
And other places. And how much can you prove to me that you've paid on this car?
Well, I have my my receipts that I
Okay.
have for the.
Have you paid every month?
Yes, I have.
Have you paid late?
Only on one occasion.
Your
Let me
Honor?
see.
This one was only on one occasion.
Well, you can't show me just the one that you paid late. Show me all the others.
Oh, okay. This is the first one as well.
She's not going to do this one at a time. There are 9 months here.
There you go.
Okay. What month? What day of the month are the payments due?
The 15th of the month.
Did you explain that to her?
Yes, I did.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So here we have one that was purchased on the 22nd of the month. Well, evidently you missed one payment. You missed a payment because then you made 2 payments in October.
Yes, I did.
Well, so it wasn't timely in October or September. Is that right?
Yes.
Then you've got one here on November the 30th.
True.
Well, that's not the 15th of the month.
I know.
Well, that's more than one. So far we have of the
The
three
one
that you
that's
gave
for
me,
three-
all three were late. All right, so now we have 1, 2, 3.
That one right there covers 2 months, which is for, I believe, June and July. That's why it's $375.
Your Honor?
The payments are $255.
It's $232.
Well, 232 times 2 is not 375.
But she told me that was the amount.
Whatever. I'm just telling
Okay.
you, that's not 2 payments.
Well, she
one
told me
payment
that
and a
amount,
couple
so
of days.
I was going by what she had said to me.
1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 payments here.
True.
You keep saying true, as if I'm not getting something, madam. You had the
Okay.
car 9 months. You made 5 payments.
In December of '98, she told me verbally not to pay any more payments to the car due to the fact that she told me that she would call me back.
Your
When
Honor?
she called me back
Yeah.
and told me, she said that the credit union wanted a payoff or they wanted the car. And I told her, okay, that's fine. So she said, well, we'll deal with this situation in January of '99.
Put your hand down.
So when January came and she told me that they wanted to get the car refinanced in my name or they wanted to pay off, I told Doris, as well as Star from the credit union, I needed this in writing of the closing balance. Never got it. Never received it. Never.
Just a second. Shh. Madam, Ms. Turner, just listen to me.
Okay.
You called the people who had the note for the car. You said, I want a payoff. you didn't get it. You call them back, and you say, I didn't get the payoff. What you did was just stop making payments.
Because it was told to me verbally not to make any more payments to get
By
the car
whom?
financed from Doris.
Did you? Simple. Did you ever tell us to stop making payments on the car?
No, Your Honor, that is not true.
Excuse me, that is incorrect.
What I told her, Your Honor, was that the credit union was pressing for outside financing and that she had to get outside financing or turn the car into the credit union.
Okay, well,
You did not tell me not to pay
No,
the
I
payment.
did
don't
not
speak
say
to each
that.
other.
No.
Hey,
Okay.
ladies. Who are you?
I'm her boyfriend.
What do you know about it?
I actually talked to her on several occasions about the car.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you? Not yeah. Yes.
Yeah, yes.
Did you ever drive the car?
Yeah. Yes. I drove
And
it a lot.
You drove it a lot.
Yeah. Yes, I'm sorry.
And when you stand still.
Oh.
And when you drove the car, did you drive it last month?
Oh, I drove it.
Did you drive it
I
last
drove
month?
it last month.
Did you drive it last week?
I drove it last week.
Perfect.
But I don't want to say that when she called, she said not to make any payments, right? We trust in her that, you know, and you know, in our best interest that not to make the payments. We believe in her that, you know, that she has something else in mind. But don't get me wrong, the car was a blessing that she gave it to us. But she was, it was just all kind of stuff. First she said, when she got mad with, over the ticket or whatever, first she said that the credit union didn't believe us.
Excuse
didn't
me, Your
believe
Honor.
her.
Ms.
First she said
could
they
you
didn't
be quiet
believe
for a
her,
second?
Sure.
and then they
I'm
believed
just going to
that
let
we
him
had the car or
finish it.
whatever. But
are you almost finished?
huh?
Are you almost finished?
Oh yeah, I'm
Good.
finished.
Sit. Sit down. Ms. Turner, when I read these papers, both your claim and her counterclaim, I thought both of you were crazy. You've been driving a car for 9 months. 9 months. You've paid a total on that car that you've been driving for 9 months, maybe $1,300. In total is what you've paid for the car that you've driven around for 9 months. You can't rent a car for that for 9 months.
That's what I'm saying.
You're absolutely right. So you want her to give you back everything that you've paid for the car.
That's right, including other things that I've got done. I got maintenance done on this car as well.
Who gives a rat's
registration,
behind whether
everything.
you got maintenance done on the car? You drove it for 9 months. Who do you expect to make a present to you? The credit
We gotta
union?
get a car back.
We
got to get a car back, so.
Good. Renting any car, even a rent-a-wreck, you can't rent for $200 a month. You had the car 9 months, it's $1,800. That's a lot more than you've been paying.
She said
Forget
nothing.
your claim. Now, let's go to your counterclaim, which is equally as stupid.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Hello.
Judge Judy. Quanisha Turner is suing her father's girlfriend, Doris Brinkley, for payments made on a car before it was repossessed.
You say that you haven't seen the car.
No, I haven't.
But you want to be compensated for all the aggravation, A, for all the aggravation, and B, because you think that it's going to probably need a lot of repair. Shh, quiet. A lot of repairs, and there was damage done on it.
That is incorrect, Your Honor. What I'm suing for, my counterclaim states that I'm suing for recovery of the car pending assessment of damage because I received a phone call from Lavelle Johnson that the car was torn up when I placed a stolen car report on it when I tried to recover it through the police.
Listen to me. First of all, it's up to the credit union. It's up to the credit union to get that car back. They're looking for it.
Yes, they are.
They're looking for it.
Yes, they are.
Excuse me.
What?
I would like to know, how could she say that she ever had the car when she told the credit union lawyer named Mike that he called my job and told me that she told him that I took the car forcibly from her. That's why she reported the car stolen on me on February the 2nd. Now, I work for a bank.
Excuse me, Your
that could have been a felony on me, and I could have lost my job. He called me at my job numerous of times, just back to back.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
Grow up.
Well.
You're driving a car now for the last 3 months and not paying on it. What do you expect them to do? Send you a card?
How can I send
Send you
payments
a
if she
greeting
told
card?
me verbally not to pay
You
them?
call up the credit union. That's what I'm telling you. Grow up.
I have.
Go
They
up.
won't give me any information because the car is in her name.
Very
She
good.
won't give me
Listen,
they wouldn't give me
fine,
any
this
information.
lawsuit is very easy. You have a claim against her, you think, for all the money that you spent on a car. I just told you that you have a claim against her for nothing. You've been driving around a car for the last 9 months, and you spent less than about $150 a month to drive around in a car, use it to get to work, use it for entertainment. You are entitled to nothing back. The credit union said, I want my payments in a timely fashion. If you had made your payments, quiet, on the 15th of the month, as you were told, maybe the credit union would have said, fine, we got somebody who's a good payer. You, on the other hand, want to have prospective possible damages to the car. If this car is recovered, and I assume it will be, you will see whether there are any damages done to the car. At that time, you have perfect right to file a claim. Right now, I can't tell what the damages are to the car. Your counterclaim is... Quiet. Your counterclaim is dismissed, and your claim is dismissed. And I'm telling you that that car better be returned, otherwise they're going to come to get you. And if you work, especially if you work for a bank, I would suggest to you that you run, don't walk, to the car that brought you here and turn it over to the credit union. Say nothing! That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Can I have my receipts back?
I think Ms. Judy was fair in her ruling on the situation.
I just feel that you shouldn't do business with your father, baby mothers, you know, because he has plenty of kids. So, you know, that's all I'm thinking. That's all I have to say.
And now the next case.
Parties on Brito versus Parker. Step forward, please.
49-year-old administrator Severina Brito is suing her son, 26-year-old college student Colangelo Parker Jr., for a huge phone bill. Colangelo claims he paid by doing chores.
Mrs. Brito, this is your son?
Yes, ma'am.
How old are you?
26.
According to your complaint, your son was visiting for a couple of months. Is that right?
That's correct.
How long had you been out of the house?
I left in 92 to go to school.
And you came back to visit when?
November 5th, the day before my birthday.
Okay. And you came back for a long visit?
2 weeks the first time, then a second time since then.
Second time, how long?
Since November 17th, totally, because I missed my mom, so I had to come back.
How long were you visiting your mother in total?
In total.
A month?
3 months.
3 months?
Yes.
Were you working when you were there?
Not at first, no.
After a while, did you start to work?
Yes, I did. I now work.
So while you were living with your mother, you were working?
No, after I left my mom, I started working.
According to your complaint, while your son was visiting with you, he racked up a phone bill that made your eyes pop.
Sure did.
How much was his phone bill?
Total $488.75, and I rounded it off to $500 due to the aggravation.
$488.95.
Flabbergasted. Your Honor.
Children always give you aggravation. Let me see the phone bill. Looks like an encyclopedia.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Didn't you ever hear of writing a letter?
I mean, I was writing as well. I mean, it's that so many friends you can only write and so many friends you have to call. And I could write you a letter, but it's better for me to sit here and talk to you.
Not for me.
Closed captioning, sponsored in part by Real Cases, Real People, Judge Judy. Severina Brito is suing her son, Colangelo Parker Jr., for running up a big phone bill while he was home from college.
Who do you know in Richmond, Virginia?
All my friends.
All your friends. And in Charleston, South Carolina?
Same friends from Virginia.
What about in Baltimore?
Same thing, friends I went to school with in Virginia.
Well, who do you expect to pay this phone bill?
I was going to pay her back, but
Yeah.
it just, in turn, I guess I just couldn't expedite the expenses to pay her back in time.
How much money have you given her?
None by now. I mean,
Well, that's a none. I mean, did you say to her, I started working, Mom, I can give you $50 a month?
yeah, as soon as I told her I started working,
So how much did you give her?
I haven't given her any yet. I just started about 2.5 weeks ago.
Well, what do you think she's supposed to do with all these bills?
I told her I would pay him, but she just, it's like, I try, I do stuff at home, I watch my brother. She'll ask me to do errands. I try to help out as much as I can.
Just a second. Are you suggesting to me that because you did these certain chores at home, you were entitled to use the phone and abuse it to this extent?
Well, she knew I was using the phone, and I have many friends I can call, you know, and I would only call out seldomly. It wouldn't be it may seem an over-excessive amount, but it was very seldom for the amount of times I was on the phone because I was at home all day doing chores around the home.
Let's see. You started at 8 o'clock in the morning calling Richmond, Virginia. You called them at 8:09 for 1 minute. Evidently, they weren't home. You got a busy signal. You said, I'll call you right back because at 8:10 you called again, and this time you stayed on the phone for 13 minutes. So you started at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
And you finish up on the same date at 11:59. So you start at 8 o'clock in the morning, you finish up at 11:59 p.m. But you're still not finished because at 12:35 a.m. the next day, 35 minutes later, you got on the phone, you talked to somebody for a half hour in Hampton, Virginia. When you got finished talking to them in Hampton, Virginia, you called somebody else in Richmond, Virginia.
It's all schoolmates in the same state.
Didn't you ever hear of writing a letter?
I mean, I was writing as well. I mean, so many friends you can only write and so many friends you have to call. I mean, direct conversation it's a communication thing. Like,
Please,
you know, I could write you a letter, but it's better for me to sit here and talk to you.
Not for me.
You know, it's just, you know, I miss my mom and I miss my friends. I called my mom when I was out in Virginia, so I called my friends.
Are you serious with me, Mr. Parker?
Yes, I'm very serious.
Are you serious with me?
Definitely.
I mean, I read your answer. Even in your answer, you say that when your mother found you on the phone, sitting there being on the phone instead of out there looking for a job all day long, she would say to you, who are you talking to? You're talking long distance? And according to you, you only lied a little.
Definitely.
You would say you only lied a little.
I mean, you have to know my mother. I mean, this is a woman who you can mop the floor and she'll find a strand of mop hair and ask you why you didn't mop the floor. I mean,
Mr. Parker.
She's obsessive like that.
Mr. Parker.
I have to tell her what she has to hear.
Mr. Parker.
Yes, ma'am.
Did anybody sentence you to go home from a jail? Did a judge sentence you to go home?
No, but my mother was my judge and she sentenced me, yes.
No, just a second, Mr.
She was mad when I was away. She flies me out here, I'll be with my friends, and she said, you don't spend time with me, make them pay for your ticket the next time. I say, wow, Mom, I'm sorry, you can't hang with my friends out here either. You know? Yeah.
I want you to be quiet now.
Okay.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Your mother let you stay in the house, you didn't pay rent.
Correct.
Your mother fed you 2 or 3 or how many meals a day she fed you?
Maybe
When
one.
you walked into the bedroom, you turned on the light where you were sleeping, she paid for the electricity.
No, I slept on the sofa.
When you walked into the living room and turned on the light, she paid for the electricity, right?
Exactly.
She paid for the air conditioning when it was hot, and she paid for the heat when it was cold. In effect, really, Mr. Parker, Jr., she paid for the air you breathed when you were living with her. So if you watched your little brother occasionally, mopped up the floor, did a few dishes, or did a few little chores around the house, you were working for your basic keep. Your basic keep doesn't involve sitting like a 15-year-old on the phone from 8 o'clock in the morning until well after midnight, talking to your nearest and dearest friends and lying to your mother about being on the phone long distance. You owe her $488.95. Grow up and pay her.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Amen.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next judge...
This is case number 523 on the calendar in the matter of Almamani versus Dickerson. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Is that your dog?
Yes, it is.
Is that the same dog that you claimed in your complaint that he stole?
Yes, it is.
Well, when'd you get it back?
Friday evening, I found her half a mile from my home. She's been missing since December 18th.
So you found her? Great.
She reappeared on Friday evening.
Good, because according to your complaint, you claim that he said, unless you come home right away, I'm going to steal your dog. You came home the next day, your dog was gone, and some property missing. Did you take her dog?
No.
Do you know what happened to her dog?
She left the gate open.
You think that's what happened?
Yep, and ran out.
Well, but now you got the dog back. Perfect. So what else do we have to talk about today?
Some missing property that Daniel took from me.
What?
He took my CD player, he took my son's electric guitar, and when he threatened to take the dog, he broke my 27-inch TV and my goddess statue and cash.
I did none of that. Her son broke the TV when she was
Put your
gone.
hands down. Put your hands down. CD player.
No, I don't know nothing about that.
Guitar.
One of her son's friends took it, I believe.
What makes you think, Mr. Almonte, that he took the guitar?
He was the only one in my home at the time it disappeared. My son went to school at 6:30 in the morning. Daniel was up early. I got up at 8. The guitar was gone.
And that's the only proof that you have?
Yeah.
What else?
My son saw him bag the dog and take it away.
Well, where's your son?
He admitted that he stole my cash to a police officer.
Let me see. You have a police report?
They didn't file a police report. They just took the complaint, and they were supposed to arrest him. They let him go.
Miss Alamani.
He returned $46.
Listen to me.
Okay.
Oh, who did he return the money to?
Officer returned $46
Is that right,
to give
sir?
to me.
Did you speak to a police officer, Mr. Dickerson?
Yeah, oh.
But you take your hands out of your pockets. Did you speak to a police officer?
Oh, yes, yes.
Now, Mr. Dickerson, don't fiddle around with me, sir. I have limited patience. Do you understand?
Yes.
The dog is now back with her.
Yes.
You took some cash from her house? Look at me. Just answer the question.
Yes.
When did you take the cash and how much?
It was $60, December 15th, maybe.
Could it have been the 17th?
Maybe the 17th.
Good. Now, where did you get the cash from, Mr. Dickerson?
I was on the floor in her bedroom.
Were you living there at the time?
No, I was just staying there.
Were you living there at the time?
No.
So somehow you got into her bedroom and the cash was on the floor. Is that right?
No, we were boyfriend and girlfriend, and I stayed the night, and the money was on the floor.
Is that right?
No, it was in my purse, and I asked him to leave, and it was
Just a second.
missing.
Had he spent the night with your permission?
Yeah.
Okay. So that is correct.
Yes.
So you took $60 from the floor.
Yes, it was.
Why did you take the $60 from the floor?
Because I didn't know whose it was, and so I
Mr. Dickerson, I don't want you to say anything that makes you appear to be foolish. And if you tell me something that's not true, I guarantee you, Mr. Dickerson, I will make you appear very foolish. Do you understand?
Yes.
So let's get to the truth of it. Let's put an end to it, and let's move on.
Okay.
We understand each other?
Yes.
Very good. So let's go back. December 17th.
Okay.
You found money on the floor in her bedroom, correct?
Correct.
You didn't know who it belonged to.
No, ma'am.
You thought it belonged to the tooth fairy. Is that right?
Yes.
So you took it.
Yes.
Now, on what date did police officer speak to you?
He came that night to my house.
Which is a different house from where the money was.
Yes.
And what did you say when he came to your house?
He asked me if I had the money. I said yes. He goes, "Can you give it back?" I said, "Sure."
And how much did you give back to Officer?
The $60, I believe.
No, you didn't. You gave back only part of it. You spent some of it.
I believe. I can't recall.
Think hard.
I think it was maybe $57 I gave back.
So you spent some of it.
Maybe $3 of it, yes.
Okay. Now, is that the same day as your dog was missing?
She disappeared December 18th, early that morning.
On the 18th. And when did the guitar come up missing?
2 weeks prior.
The guitar was missing 2 weeks before that, Miss Alamani. And then you tell me that on December 17th, he slept at your house with your permission? With you. Is that right?
No, he was there alone. He was there with I was not home.
I thought you told me that he was there with your permission on the 17th.
That was December 11th when he stole the cash.
Was
It's
the
December
11th?
11th that he admitted to stealing the cash. The dog was December 17th. He threatened and missing December 18th.
Oh. So it was the 11th that you took the cash, and that's when he was staying there with you.
Yes.
Now, when was the guitars taken?
In that period, right around there. I'm not sure the exact date. I just know between 6:30 and 8 a.m.
Was it taken the time the cash was taken, or was it taken the time the dog was taken?
The time the cash was taken, around that
That
time.
was December 11th.
Yes, that's when the call was made to the police.
When you told Officer about the cash, did you also tell him about the CD and the guitar?
Yes.
Did you tell him that they were all taken at the same time, or were they taken at different times?
I reported him missing. I don't think he asked me when.
But the CD and the guitar were taken before the cash was taken.
The CD was later. The CD player?
Yeah.
Later.
Later. What makes you think he took it?
My sons told me that he broke it. He was in my house without my permission. I took it to get it repaired. He took it from that person they told me. He and his
That's all
girlfriend picked it
hearsay,
up.
Miss Alamani. You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. And the cash he returned?
Part of it.
Part of it, except for $3. According to him, it's probably a little bit more. And the dog you got back. Is that right?
I found her Friday afternoon.
Great. All right. She in good shape?
She's had puppies.
She's had puppies? Gee, that's interesting. Was she pregnant when she was taken?
She was in heat. I wasn't going to breed her till she was 2 years old if I wait till she's fully developed.
You know where these puppies are?
I have no idea.
Do you know where the puppies are, sir?
I have no idea.
Mr. Dickerson, have you been leaving the plaintiff alone?
Yes.
You have a restraining order against you?
Yes. She keeps on calling me.
Really?
Yes. I got a tape right here.
What does she call you for, sir?
I have no idea. I don't return her calls.
Well, what does she say on the tape?
Will you please call me back? She gives me the phone number and all that. And
What do you call him for?
I called him about if he's appearing on the court, and if he got his papers, he was served.
How many times did she call you, sir?
about 8 times
Was it after you were served with papers?
before. She's called me way before the court case was even, before she even filed for the case, she kept on calling me.
But that was after her dog was taken?
I believe so. When she got the restraining order on me when we went to court,
When did you get the restraining order?
The permanent 3 years, January 21st, but the temporary was filed, granted January 8th.
Can I see those papers, please?
Yes.
Mr. Dickerson, have you ever been incarcerated, sir?
yes,
When was the last time you were incarcerated?
about 4 years ago, 5 years ago,
For what?
fighting.
Prior to that?
It was for being in a stolen car with a friend that he had keys to. I didn't know it was stolen.
So you were a passenger in a stolen car.
Yeah.
According to this, 2 birds were killed. What kind of birds were killed?
Parakeets, I paid $20 each for them.
What do you mean they were killed?
I kicked him out one night in December around this time, and the first bird disappeared, and there was feathers all over the place. I heard the cage crash. There was 4 birds, 2 females, 2 males. The day before the final restraining order, someone broke into my house, cut my other bird's head off, and flattened my tire.
You didn't have anything to do with that, did you?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Dickerson?
No, ma'am.
How long were you the plaintiff's boyfriend?
2.5 months, 3 months.
Prior to that, did you have a girlfriend?
No.
Have you ever been married?
No.
What did you have to hesitate for?
Well, was planning because I was in the service and I was planning on getting married, but we never did.
She doesn't want anything to do with you anymore. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Courts take domestic violence and stalking very seriously, sir.
Well, I got tapes that she keeps on calling me.
Do you mean she keeps calling you, inviting you over?
She just wants me to call her for some reason. I have no idea.
Maybe she wants her dog back, sir.
I don't know. I didn't take the dogs.
Let me hear. Yes, you did.
Sent February 17th at 9:39 p.m. Yeah, this message is for Danny. I need you to call me back. Thanks. Sent February 24th at 4:46 p.m. Hey, Danny. It's Tracy. Why don't you give me a call at your earliest convenience? Thanks. Sent February 25th at 7:17 p.m. Hey, Danny, it's Tracy. If you want to call me back, you can try me at 2144. Bye.
That was it.
That's 3 calls.
That's all I have. I recorded.
Why did you call him those 3 times, Tracy?
I was calling about the dog and also to see if he's appearing on the court.
I want you to listen to me very carefully. February 17th was 2 months after your dog turned up missing. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that's not the reason for your telephone call. You called him on the 17th, the 24th, and the 25th. The reason you say is because you want to know if he was coming to court. You cannot send mixed signals. Do you understand? From what I read in these reports, if what you say here is true, he's psychotic. Anybody who comes into your house, kills your animals, because that's what you said he did.
Yes.
Right? He came into your house, he cut the head off your bird.
Yes.
Right? That's psychotic. That is psychotic behavior. You don't have lapses where you say, well, maybe it wasn't him, maybe he's not so bad, I'll call him. Do you understand?
Yeah, I'm not.
If you have a restraining order, that means he's not supposed to have any contact with you. You don't initiate any contact with him. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment. And later today, Tracy Almamani says ex-boyfriend Daniel Dickerson is a stalker. She claims Daniel chopped off the head of her pet bird.
If what you say in here is true, you don't want to have anything to do with him. The main thrust of your complaint was the dog, which has been resolved.
Yes.
Stay away from him. Don't call him. Don't contact him. Do you understand? Because
Yes.
if this is true,
I won't
he's
contact him.
mentally ill. If it's not true, then he's not. But if it's true, he really has to get help because he's very sick. You understand that, sir?
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
You understand that anybody who would take out their anger and frustration by cutting the head off of a bird is a very sick person. You do understand
I don't
that?
know who would do that. Such thing.
I don't know who would do that either. Somebody who's very sick and requires help,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
And if that person didn't get help, that person would be a #1 jerk. Is that right?
Yes.
Good. Thank you very much. Your case is dismissed because you got your dog back. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I like the outcome
I'm happy that I got my dog back.
because she keeps on calling me.
I don't want to be a part of his life. I will not call him ever again.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Peterson versus Parker. Step forward, please.
22-year-old student Lauren Peterson is suing her former lover, 24-year-old insurance adjuster Christopher Parker, for an unpaid loan to buy a CD player. Christopher claims it was a graduation present.
Miss Peterson, you claim that the defendant owes you for a loan, it's about a year old, for a CD player for his car. You and the defendant know each other for a long time from college, but only briefly dated, according to you.
Yes.
Mr. Parker says you did, in fact, put the CD player that he wanted for his car on your credit card, but that it was a graduation present. That's your defense. Is that right,
Yes.
sir? How long did you date Miss Peterson, Mr. Parker?
Somewhere around 6 weeks. Not very long.
From when to when?
I want to say right before Christmas until probably a little after January.
And you graduated from college at that time, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
And tell me about this gift that she purchased for you. When did she purchase it? Where were you? How did she know you wanted it?
She purchased it, I guess, during January. It's been a while. I don't quite remember.
If you don't remember, then I'm going to have to ask her.
Okay.
He asked me to borrow it the last week in January, asked me to borrow money for the CD player. He actually ordered it himself online and used my credit card number.
Where was he when he purchased it? At your house or at his house?
At his house. We never lived together.
So were you at his house when he...
No, ma'am. I was in college, which is an hour away from...
So he called you on the phone?
Yes.
Tell me about the conversation.
He had been looking at CD players to put in his newly purchased car, and he found one that he liked, which had a limited availability. So he was talking about it for a day or two, and then he asked me if he could borrow the money. And I said, because he asked me if he could borrow the money, that was the only reason I was loaning him the money, and I would expect repayment when he got a job.
Go ahead.
It did happen like that, except for I didn't ask to borrow it. She said since I had graduated, she'd go ahead and pay for it.
Well, just a second. You called her at her house?
Well, we were talking on the phone, and I was telling her what I'd found.
Well, tell me about the conversation now that you remember it better.
What do you mean? Oh,
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do I mean?
we were talking on the telephone, and because I had DSL, so I had the internet connection already. So I was telling her what I had found on there, and she said, go ahead and order it. She'd pay for it.
You're talking to her on the phone, and you're playing with your computer at the same time,
That's correct.
right? I hate when people do that. So you're talking to her on the phone, and you're playing with your computer, and you found this CD player that you wanted for your car. While you're talking to her on the phone, you said, I found the CD player that I want, right? Would you like to buy it for me as a gift? I mean, how did that, I really want
You
to
know how it came about? It's because, like she said, there was limited availability, and at the current time, I didn't have a job, so she offered to buy it.
Tell me, don't say she offered to buy it, because that's not what people usually say to each other. I'm offering to buy this to you.
Well, she just said that she would pay for it.
And?
So I said, okay.
How much after that did you stop seeing each other?
I don't recall.
I do.
Go ahead.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
February 13th.
And what happened to your relationship with Miss Peterson within 2 weeks of purchasing this CD player?
I just decided that I didn't want to see her anymore, and so I broke up with her, told her I didn't want to talk to her, and she kept harassing me.
Well, first of all, Miss Peterson, let's start with this. I don't know what you see in him, or what you saw in him. Whatever it is, I don't see it. Let's start from that. Right, now maybe my eyes are getting old, but I don't see it. Visually, I don't see it. Now, maybe there's a character thing there or something else. Animal sensuality, I don't see that either. So maybe we're talking character.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
I certainly don't see good character because if within 2 weeks he decides that he doesn't want to see you anymore, the nice thing would be to pay her back for the CD player. Wouldn't that be the nice thing?
Well, she also bought this shirt.
Mr. Peterson,
Do I need to pay her back
wouldn't
for that?
that be the nice thing? There's a difference between a shirt, sir, and a $400-some-odd CD player, don't you think?
No.
You don't?
A gift is a gift.
Really? Not if I don't find it's a gift, sir. Because according to you, when we started this case, you said, I don't actually remember. Well, Miss Peterson remembered very clearly. Miss Peterson said she remembered that you said, I found this thing. It's got limited availability. If I want it, I have to have it now. I don't have the money. Can you advance me the money? I need your credit card number. And I find that you made an agreement to pay her back. That's what I find. How much does he owe you?
Well, this is the total inclusive is $351.46, but he owes me other items.
What?
That several CDs of mine, an Ethernet cable, and negatives to photographs.
Your case has to do with a CD player,
Right.
not a kitchen sink.
Okay.
Not everything under the sun. $351.46.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you pay that amount in one lump sum?
Yes, ma'am.
So that you didn't have any finance charges, is that right?
No.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $351.46. Ms. Peterson, be smart. Don't give anybody, ever, your credit card.
I learned that the hard way.
Yeah, nobody. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out. This is case number 531 on the calendar in the matter of Schatz versus Schatz. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
All right, let's see if we can untangle this very sad mess. Ms. Schatz, this is your mom.
Yes.
And according to your complaint, in 1999, your mom bought a car.
Yes.
The car was for you.
Yes.
And you had an agreement.
Yes.
And the agreement was that you were going to pay off the car, and you would pay it off by the time you graduated from college.
I would pay her off when I graduated from college and got a full-time job.
Anyway, your mother took the car back before you graduated, and you say she had no reason to take the car back. Are you telling me that you didn't pay her any money?
I did. I paid her $3,600 up front.
Okay. Is that correct?
That's
that she
correct.
gave you $3,600 as a down payment?
At the time of the purchase of the car.
And how old were you then?
I was 18.
And your agreement was that you would pay her back the rest at the time you graduated?
Yes.
Okay, is that correct?
That's correct.
And you haven't graduated yet. You're
No, I
graduating in
haven't.
June.
I graduate in March 25th.
So between 1999 and now, you have not paid her any additional money.
There was a time when she owed me about $200 for some things that I had purchased for her, and we agreed that we would take that $200 off of the amount of the loan.
Okay.
So
let's say that's $3,800.
yes.
And how much was the entire car?
The car was for $12,800.
Okay. Why did you take the car back?
I took the car back after I received a letter from her stating that she did not plan on paying for the car.
Let me see the letter.
What?
Just a minute. Well, first of all, this letter says, in response, Annette. That's your mother.
Yes.
I assume you don't have a good relationship with her?
Not at all.
And haven't for a long time?
Since I moved out in January of 2002.
What happened in January of 2002?
I was living at home and going to school, and we got
So up until then, you had a good relationship?
fairly good. Yes.
Good. What happened in January?
We got an argument, and I was asked to move out because we weren't getting along, because neither of us were happy with the situation.
Okay.
Can I make a comment on that?
Yes.
I don't really consider that an argument. What happened, Your Honor, is I basically went grocery shopping, and I apparently didn't buy the cereal that Laura wanted. And she got upset, and my comment to her was, this is crazy, being upset over something like this, and if you're going to stay here and live here, you need to go to counseling. And her answer goes, well, then I won't be here. I'll move out.
Well, there must have been something else going on.
Yes.
What else was going on?
There was a lot of physical and mental abuse that I had been enduring since far back as I can remember, and it had nothing to do with the cereal at all.
All right, I'm sure it had nothing to do with the cereal. That doesn't make sense. That may have been the catalyst.
Yeah.
Right.
But it had nothing to do with cereal. But this letter says that this is in response to a letter I received from you dated January 15th. So I'd like to see that letter dated January 15th, Okay. So your mother writes you a letter, January of 2003, and she says, you know, sorry that you're not talking to me, it's painful. And she says to you, as of April, which I assume is after graduation,
Yes.
I will no longer pay the car insurance and the $3,000 you owe me for the car, okay? And you write her back, and you say that the money you have been receiving monthly on my behalf in the form of child support above the amount that was mandated by the divorce court shall cancel out your loan in the amount of $3,000. So you want to explain that to me?
Since my mom and I made the agreement about the car, I found out that she is still receiving child support from my dad in the amount of $264 a month.
Right.
That was supposed to end, according to the divorce agreements, when I turned 18, and it never has.
Right.
So I felt that from the time that I moved out of her house in January of 2002, she continued to receive that money, and I felt that that money should go towards the loan.
Has nothing to do with you. That's between your mother and your father.
I felt that that money should go towards supporting me.
That has nothing to do with you. That has to do with your mother and your father. If their judgment of divorce provides that support shall terminate on your reaching 18, and if money is still either deducted from his check or he continues to pay her, that's between the two of them. You can't decide that you want that money to be allocated to your car. So this is what happened, Mr. Schatz. What happened is you created an anticipatory breach. You said, I anticipate the fact that she's going to breach our agreement, right? Based upon these letters.
Right. Well, I also...
So that I am taking your name off the title to the car, and I'm taking back the car, rather than responding to this and saying, no, 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 you owe me $3,000, and you have to pay it. The money that was paid by your father was an agreement that we had. He paid $264 a month for your support. Is that what your father paid all along?
All along.
Well, that's not a lot of money. That doesn't
it is
support...
to a student.
No, no, no. That doesn't support a child.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Laura Schatz says her mother, Annette Schatz, illegally repossessed her car. Annette says Laura wasn't making payments.
In any event, you had no right to take back the car when you did.
Right.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, after receiving that letter, I did send Laura back another letter dated the 29th of January, saying, please reconsider your position.
Let me see.
These are expenses. And I felt like I gave her another opportunity to talk with me and communicate with me.
Are you working?
Yes, I work part-time as an X-ray tech, and I also go to school full-time, 5 days a week.
Okay. Where is the car now?
A friend's house.
When did you take it back?
I took it on February 12th.
Okay.
About 9 o'clock at night.
Okay. You have to return it to your daughter.
Okay.
And I'm telling you now, so this is going to be very, very easy. What you have to do is when you graduate, you have to pay your mother $3,000.
Okay.
Then the car will be yours, as per your agreement. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. I have now advised you. I've given you what courts usually don't do, but it's an advisory opinion. I'm advising you that you cannot take your father's child support that you felt was overpaid and apply it towards this car debt. And you cannot anticipate that your daughter is not going to do what she agreed to do when she was over the age of 18, which was to pay you upon her graduation. And she has not graduated yet. So the car has to be returned to her. And you have to pay your mother in March what you agreed to pay her, which is, according to her letters, $3,000. Do you understand?
I understand?
Okay. Now we've gotten to the easy part. Something else happened. Now, I don't know whether the something else that happened was that you now have a relationship with your dad. Is the
We are
relationship...
rebuilding a relationship.
Okay. I assume from reading your mom's answer to this that that is what happened, that this is something that's relatively new, the relationship you have with your father.
Yes.
Fair statement?
Yes.
Okay. Was he out of your life most of your growing up?
We had visitation with him after the divorce. So he lived with us until I was 12, and then after the divorce, we saw him according to the visitation. And then our relationship started to fall apart when I got a car and started doing my own things, and I didn't get to see him on those days.
So now it's back?
Yes.
Okay. You think it might be worthwhile for you to attend a couple of counseling sessions with your mother?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so too. You prepared to do that?
I've begged her to go to counseling with me.
With you. But you both have to keep an open mind because you're two adult women now. It would be a very bad thing for you long term to have an alienated relationship with your mother, you know. When you're 22, that's one thing. When you're 28, 29, 30, 35, get married, you have children, I assume that that's something that you look forward to in your future. They should know that they have grandmother. And so without putting any blame, to go just with an open mind and saying, look, we may have to have a new kind of relationship, different from parent and child, because we're both adults now and things have been difficult. If the clerk can put together a list of names, you prepared to do that? Or do you have somebody that you've been seeing that you think might be beneficial?
I have a counselor that I've been seeing.
How long have you been seeing this counselor?
Since October.
You prepared to go to your daughter's counselor?
Sure, not a problem.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Give it a shot. You get your car back within 5 days.
Thank you.
Okay? Good. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I just wanted what was fair, and I just wanted this issue to be taken care of so we can move on.
I love Laura very much and care about her.
I just hope that we can continue to work this out.
I'm glad it's over and we can get this resolved.
It's not over yet.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of McCarrick versus Mitchell, step forward, please.
27-year-old bartender Michelle McCarrick is suing her ex-boyfriend, 27-year-old construction worker Charles Mitchell, for bailing him out of jail when he was arrested for holding a pound of marijuana.
Mr. Mitchell, what were you in jail for when your former girlfriend bailed you out?
A drug charge.
When had you been arrested?
It was May of last year.
No. Drug sale, possession?
Drug possession.
What kind of drugs?
Weed. Marijuana.
How much?
About a pound.
Is this your first drug arrest?
Yes, ma'am.
What was your bail?
$25,000.
And at the time, Miss McCarrick was your girlfriend, is that right?
Yes.
It's your claim, Miss McCarrick, that you bailed out the defendant. He promised to pay you back. He even signed a note that he would pay you back, and he hasn't paid you back.
But she forced me to sign that note.
I didn't ask you anything yet.
Why?
Right? I'm looking at her.
All right.
Has this drug case been resolved yet?
Yes, ma'am.
No, it has not.
Okay, so we're not going to ask any questions about the drug case. Did he call you from jail?
He did.
And what did he say about his bail?
He asked me if I could come and bond him out because he wanted to get a job and get a lawyer. So this had went on for like a month and a half. Finally, I decided that I would, I had an African gray parrot and I had somebody who was interested in buying it. So with him promising that he would pay me back, because really she didn't want to buy it, she was gonna, you know, just pretty much give me the money, she would hold on to the bird and I would pay her back. So she gave me $1,500 because I had already talked to a bondsman. He told me that if I came up with, you know, at least $1,500, that he would get him out because the entire bond was, you know, 10% of it would be $2,500. So if I came up with 15 and paid the rest, then he would go and get him. So I gave her the bird and she gave me the money and I went down and I got him. And pretty much a week later, he was supposed to work with his cousin who owned, he lays concrete. And he was going to get paid $15 an hour, and, you know, it was...
Okay, he hasn't paid you back.
Pretty much.
Let me see the note that he signed, please.
Okay.
But she forced me to sign that note.
Can I get...
Your Honor.
Mr. Mitchell, I guarantee you I'm going to let you get to your defense, sir. Now, I have a note that you signed on 7/5/2002, indicating you promised to pay her back on or before August 30th, and you agree that you signed it, but you say you were forced to sign it.
Yes.
Now I'm going to ask you some questions. So I want you to answer my questions as I ask them. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
You were arrested in May of 2002.
Yes, ma'am.
You were bailed out on what day?
June 29th.
I have the bond receipt
That's okay.
right here.
I'm not speaking to you.
Okay, sorry.
And it is your position that you never asked her to bail you out?
I asked her to bail me out. I didn't agree on owing her any money.
Just a second. Oh, so you did ask her to bail you out?
Well, she bailed me. I mean...
No. You didn't say that, sir. You said in your answer it was her idea. So you did ask her to bail you out?
I mean, she wouldn't do...
Just answer my question. Did you ask her to bail you out?
Yes.
Good. And did you start asking her to bail you out in May of 2002?
Yes.
And what did she say?
She said she would bond me out.
Did she have the money at that time in May?
No.
Did she tell you how she was going to get the money?
No.
Did you ask her?
Nope.
Did it make any difference to you?
Nope.
You just wanted out?
I just wanted out.
And when you just want out, you're prepared to say and do just about anything. Is that right?
Because we never had any
Anything.
agreement
Right.
on
Now-
me or her anything.
Now.
She didn't.
Shh,
What she did?
Am I speaking?
Okay.
Only what I ask.
Yes, ma'am.
Now you're out of jail. And she says to you, I want my money back, and if I don't get it back, I'm going to go in and remove my bond. You say, she threatened you to
Yes.
remove the bond unless you agree to sign the note and pay her back. Is that right?
After I had stopped messing with her.
After
You know
you
what I'm
stopped
saying?
messing with her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. After you had stopped messing with her, she said, shh. She said, unless you sign this note agreeing to pay me back, I am going to withdraw my bond, so you're going to go back to jail.
Exactly.
So you signed the note.
She was threatening me.
No. What you don't understand, Mr. Mitchell, is you consider that a threat.
It is a threat.
No, sir.
If I don't owe her nothing, I don't owe her nothing.
No, sir. What she's saying to you is,
feeling like...
Mr. Mitchell, I'm going to tell you this. When you appear before a judge on your drug charge, and if you keep yammering like you're doing to me, you're going to find yourself behind bars. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Judges don't tolerate that. When judges ask a question, you give them an answer. I make myself clear?
Yes, ma'am.
She has a right to withdraw her bond. That's her right. If she doesn't like where you're living, if she doesn't like the people you're hanging around with, she has a right to go in and say, I'm withdrawing my bond because I'm not sure that he's going to appear or not. And I don't want to be stuck losing this money. So therefore, you, unless you can find somebody else to come up with the money, are going to go back to jail. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You made a choice. Your choice was not to go back to jail to await your trial. Your choice was to sign the note.
True.
So it's not as if she's saying either you sign the note or I'm going to take your left leg. That's a threat. You sign the note, I'm going to take the first 3 fingers on your left hand.
But can I say something?
That's a threat. Now I'm going to let you say something.
It's a threat the way she came at me about signing the note, though.
How did she come at you?
She was delirious. Just, you know what I'm saying? You're going to pay me my money back, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, you know what I'm saying? Just going all off. You know what I mean?
No, that's not correct.
Just a minute.
You did.
Shh. Mr. Mitchell, don't speak to her. So she was intimidating you.
Pretty much. But that's all she knew she had over my head was the bond.
Right.
Exactly. So she was being delirious, coming, you know what I'm saying, to my crib, boom, boom, boom. You're going to sign this, and
I don't understand
you know what I'm saying?
What is delirious?
What is delirious?
What is delirious? She's going off, you know what I'm saying, just going wild. Just, you know what I'm saying? Calling, you know what I mean?
Delirious.
But you know what I'm saying, though. You understand what I'm saying?
Mr. Mitchell, Mr. Mitchell, I want you to tell you something.
You understand what I'm saying?
I want to tell you something, sir. I am delirious.
Are you?
You're making me delirious.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Pay the money. You got to pay the money. Shh. I didn't ask you for anything.
Okay, sorry.
And you're not losing. So why don't you be quiet?
Okay.
You had a choice. Your choice was to sign the note, which means you owed her the money, or go back to jail. You chose to owe her the money rather than go back to jail. Those were your choices. You're a big boy. Pay the money. Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $1,500. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out. 504 on the calendar in the matter of Laventhal versus Bell. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Mr. Laventhal, according to what I've read, you and the defendant were in a relationship several years ago.
Yes.
But not for a long time.
No.
And you received a telephone call from her from jail.
Yes.
After not having had contact with her for a while.
Correct.
Is that right so far?
Well, he was contacting my work, my employment, trying to contact me to find out where I was working at.
But he hadn't contacted you?
In probably about a year or so.
Good. And you're in jail, so you call him. What did you call him for from jail?
A couple of reasons. To make amends for some of the situations.
Don't give me amends. I don't want to hear amends, Miss Bell. I want the legitimate answer. You called him from jail. What were you in jail for?
I was in jail for motor vehicle.
For motor vehicle what?
I had unpaid fines. I had to do community service.
Must have been a lot of fines.
One was for $505, The other one was bail for $705, and the other one I think was, I'm not exactly sure how much.
Well, on what date were you taken into custody?
August 11th.
And on what date did you call Mr. Leventhal?
If I'm not mistaken, on the 13th.
How many other people did you try before you tried him?
I had spoken to my mother and my best
Mother
friend.
first?
Yes.
Mother said she didn't have any money.
Her and my boyfriend were trying to get the money up together.
Right now, they didn't have any money.
Right.
And you had a boyfriend. How many times did you speak to the boyfriend?
I hadn't spoken to him. He was also incarcerated at the time.
So he was of no value to you. Who else did you speak to? Friend?
My friend Lisa.
Lisa? She asked Lisa to help you out?
No, I did not.
Okay. So far, nobody had come up with the cash. So you called Mark. And I don't want to hear about making amends that from years before. You asked him to bail you out. Is that right?
I don't think those words came out of my mouth. I didn't ask him specifically.
What
to
did
bail
you
me out.
say to him?
We were talking. He actually hung up on me, and I called back, and we were joking around on the phone about...
Why did you call back if he hung up on you?
Because I thought it was comical. He was acting...
We weren't joking. She asked me to bail her out.
Of course she did. Of course she did. Now, she asked you to bail her out, and she said exactly what?
I promised to pay you back.
And how much was the bail, sir?
The total bail was $1,505.
And there were also some fines.
Yeah, because part of the bail was we had to go back and pay the bail bondsman $50 a week. And then there was also a community service for $250. And then there was a public defender for one township for $100 and another public defender for $50.
Okay. Now, at some point, after she gets out of jail, you allow her to move into your house, according
Yes.
to you. Why?
Because she didn't have any other place to go.
Where was the boyfriend?
In jail.
Where was the mother?
Doesn't want anything to do with her.
That's untrue, Your Honor.
Why didn't you go to your mother's house?
First of all, my mother doesn't have the room for me there.
She doesn't have a cot? She doesn't have a floor?
I don't get along very well with my stepfather either.
Then that's a reason. So
Yes.
don't give me that she doesn't have room for you.
But it's not that she doesn't want anything to do with me. That's untrue, Your Honor.
She doesn't want you in her house because you don't get along with your stepfather, which probably is because you keep getting yourself arrested. So you had no place else to go, so you went to his house.
Yes, Your Honor.
How did you come to tell him that you had no place else to go?
I was staying with a friend of mine.
And what happened?
And Mark and I were still staying in contact. Just a week or two afterwards, we'd gone out to dinner for his birthday, and he kept offering, he offered his house to me when I was in jail, and I had turned him down. That I didn't think
Tell
it was.
me how he offered his house to you.
He said that was one of the conditions that he had wanted for bailing me out, was that I move back into the apartment with him.
Is that right?
Partially.
Go ahead, let me hear.
She originally moved back with her friend Lisa. Her and Lisa got into a fight. Tracy left, went to one of her boyfriend's houses he was in jail at the time. While she was there, the boyfriend's girlfriend called the cops because she wasn't supposed to be there because there was a restraining order that she had against him. And that's when she called me and asked if she could move in with me.
So why was this a condition of the bail?
Because I wanted to know what she was doing and where she was going, and to make sure that she made it to her court dates because I had put out so much money for the bail.
When she appeared in court, was any of this money returned to you? Because she actually appeared in court from the bail bondsman.
No, some of them are still waiting, and actually she missed some of those court dates.
You did? Why did you miss?
Yes, I did, Your Honor. Mark was supposed to take me to court. He had surgery done. He had given me his car so I could go to court, but then the day that I was supposed to go to court, he told me I wasn't allowed to take the car to court.
So why didn't you walk?
Because it's over an hour away from where we live.
I don't care.
That's not true, Your
Shh, I don't care.
And I had called and tried to get it postponed, and I talked to my
So you
attorney.
didn't make a court date. So whatever your money you might
Yes.
have gotten back, he's not going to get back for sure. All right, how much money did she give you back?
She gave me $150.22 back on August 15th. Then on September 27th, she gave me $65.
Your Honor.
And then on October 9th, she gave me $9.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, I was living there and I was giving him all the money that I had. It was not towards the bail, it was towards the living expenses.
Fine, then you still owe him for the bail.
Under the conditions that he had put me in, I'm unable to pay it.
I don't understand what
Your
you're
Honor,
talking about.
when I was living, Your Honor, when I was living there, he forced himself on me sexually. I had the police reports, Your Honor, and then after the police...
I have no counterclaim, madam.
And then,
I have no counterclaim.
And then, Your Honor, he has here saying that I don't owe him any money. It says in this letter that he had sent to me that I don't owe him any money.
doesn't say he doesn't owe you any money.
It says there that he would sign a paper stating that I don't owe him any money if I would come back to him.
Just said, did he ever do that?
No, he didn't, Your Honor.
So? He never did it. Doesn't say that there wasn't a debt, madam. What it says is, I feel terrible about what might have happened the other night. I don't remember anything about what happened the other night. But if you want me to sign a paper saying that I'm so sorry and that you don't owe me any money, I'll be more than happy to do that to prove how I feel about you. But he never did it. That doesn't mean you don't owe him any money. You owe him the money.
Your Honor.
It's your debt. Get it through your head. Stop being a user.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Mark Laventhal says ex-girlfriend Tracy Bell owes for an unpaid loan for bail. Tracy says Mark forced himself on her sexually, so all bets are off.
Madam, you couldn't get the money from your mother, your boyfriend's in jail, so you call your old boyfriend and you say, listen, you got to get me out of here.
My boyfriend was in the process of bailing me out at the same time that Mark was. But
well,
Mark...
listen to me, Miss Bell. If that's the truth, then what your boyfriend should have done is say, I don't want Miss Bell to be beholden to you in any way. Here's your money.
I know the money that...
Here's your money.
Your Honor, I was offering him money out of the little bit of money that I did have to pay for my public defenders. He told me not to. He said that I would need the money myself.
True, Your Honor.
I was also giving him...
Get it together, madam.
I was also giving
You owe him the money. And if you stop using people, you are irresponsible, A.
Your Honor, he was trying to control me.
If you hadn't
he was
called
telling
him
me
from
who I was
jail,
in love.
hey! Did you call him from jail?
Yes, I did.
When you broke up with him initially, did you break up with him because he was controlling?
Yes.
Because he didn't let you do what you wanted to do, see your friends, have a life of your own, is that right?
It was even worse than that.
Terrible. That's why you broke up with him.
Yes.
So this person who was terrible to you, who was controlling to you, who was manipulative, that's the person that you choose to call to make amends from jail. You're in jail 2 days. That's the person you choose to get involved with again. And furthermore, when you get thrown out of one place, when you're out of jail because he's bailed you out, you choose to go to stay in his house. Because when he offers his house to you, this manipulative, maniacal person, all you have to do is say no. And if you didn't want to become involved with him again, all you had to do was stay in jail.
Your Honor, it wasn't supposed to be a sexual relation. It was supposed to be, he was supposed to be helping me get on my feet. And he had forced himself on me.
Miss Bell,
I have a scar on my lip from him punching me in the mouth.
Miss Bell, I am unsympathetic. Okay. Unsympathetic. Right now, I don't have a counterclaim.
Okay.
If I did, I might hear you, and then again, I might not. But I have nothing to hear. If what you're saying is all bets are off because he forced himself on me,
and harassed
I
me.
am not.
I have tapes of him harassing me at home.
You called him from jail for money. This manipulative, maniacal, miserable person who you were free from, you called him after a year to come and help you out.
I was never free from him. He was harassing me at work.
Pay him $1,905, madam.
There's additional.
Listen, I don't want to hear about the phone calls. You invited her into your house? You should have put a lock on your phone. You know the character? I don't want to hear about the phone calls. Do you understand me, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. $1,905. Judgment for the plaintiff. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He assaulted me.
I was just trying to help her out.
He harasses me and stalks me.
She promised to change.
I never asked him personally to bail me out. He offered to do that on his own.
She said she was going to pay me back.
When you're in jail, you think of stupid things, and that was my mistake by letting him back into my life again.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Nelson versus Bryant. Step forward, please.
Homemaker Deanie Nelson is suing her granddaughter's fiancé, 24-year-old roofer Adam Bryant, for the cost of a plane ticket.
Miss Nelson, your granddaughter was coming out to visit with you this past Christmas holiday season. Is that
That's
right?
right.
And you and your granddaughter agreed that you would purchase her plane ticket for her, which you did.
Right, I usually do when she comes.
Well, this year she decided to bring her fiancé/boyfriend, Mr. Bryant. And according to you, she called you and asked if you could put his airline ticket on your credit card. And you spoke to him, and he agreed that he would pay you back for the ticket when he got there.
That's right.
And they came, and you entertained them for the week?
Yes.
And he didn't pay you back. And you want the $286, I think it is, for the airline ticket.
That's right.
Okay. All right, Mr. Bryant, let's go back for a second. Is this your girlfriend or your fiancé?
Fiance.
Does she have a ring?
Yeah.
When did you give her a ring?
November, maybe, December.
So before Christmas.
Right.
And when are you planning to get married?
A couple years down the road.
When your fiance asked you if you wanted to join her for Christmas, what did you say to your fiance?
Yes.
And what did you talk to her about the plane ticket?
Just what Mrs. Nelson said, that I would repay her when I got down there.
So that was the plan. It was a loan.
Yeah.
So why didn't you give her back the money?
Well, when I got there, I didn't have enough money to pay her, and I asked her to wait on this check and whatnot, and then I get something in the mail saying that she claims my account was closed back in September. I don't know how she would have ever obtained that kind of information, but...
Did you give her a check?
Yeah, I did, and I asked her to hold it for a few days.
Did you have his check?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Did you try to deposit it at some point?
Yes, I did.
And what happened?
The check was returned, stamped account closed.
You have the check with you?
I do.
I'd like to see it. Mm-hmm. Account was closed. When did you close this account?
Well, see, it got...
Well is not an answer.
It got closed in December. I don't know how she was even talking to anybody at my bank.
Just a second.
Okay.
Mr. Bryant. The account was closed in December, before or after you went on vacation?
Probably just all this was leading up to getting it closed.
Mr. Bryant, before you got on the plane, had you closed this account?
Oh, no, ma'am.
So it got closed while you were away?
Yeah.
How did that happen, sir?
Because I didn't have the money in there, and there was other checks going through, and...
So you wrote a lot of bad checks?
Well, they all wouldn't have been, but...
You wrote a lot of bad checks, more than one.
Right.
Mr. Bryant, is there any legitimate defense that you have with regard to this debt?
As far as not paying it back?
Yes.
Well, Mrs. Nelson was supposed to... Her and Naomi here had an agreement that Deanie would give her $620 to help Naomi catch up on her rent. And we said, well, instead of giving Naomi $620, why don't you just deduct the plane ticket and I'll give her the money? And she wouldn't have it.
So that's your defense, because she didn't give her the $620. Is that right?
Well, yeah, I instead just gave Naomi the money.
You what?
I gave Naomi the money to help her with her rent because she wasn't giving her the money that she said she would for the rent.
You hear these people laughing at you?
Yeah.
You know why they're laughing at you? Because that defense is laughable. Now you can stand up. If she has an agreement with her granddaughter to make her granddaughter a gift of $600, not a loan, but a gift, you got nothing to do with that. You have absolutely nothing to do with that. And if she decides not to give her that gift, she has no case against her grandmother. Grandmother changed her mind. I don't want to give you a gift. Period. Since when do you horn in on a gift between two people who are related by blood?
Naomi told me not to send her the money.
Did you really, Naomi?
Yes.
Why?
Because she had promised to give me the money before I left Mississippi, and she did not give me the money before I left
Why didn't she give you the money?
I have no idea.
Well, maybe it's because Sir Lancelot over here did not pay her back. Think that's a possibility?
I don't really know.
How old are you, Naomi?
20.
20. Has she been a good grandmother to you?
Sometimes.
When you went to visit her with Prince Charming over here, did she prepare food for you?
Yes.
Did she treat you nicely while you were there?
At some times.
Mm-hmm. Let me suggest this to you. I'm going to look into my crystal ball. I'm going to look into my crystal ball 5 years from now. 5. Okay. Crystal ball, where will they be 5 years from now? 5 years from now, you won't even remember his first name. Now, she's going to be your grandmother forever. Do you understand? You're picking the wrong side, madam. picking the wrong side. There isn't anything that she doesn't do for you that's not in your best interest. And 5 years from now, you will not be able to say the same thing about him. You want to know why I know that? First of all, statistically, we're not talking about engagements. We're talking about marriages. 50% of the marriages fail. 50% of the engagements probably, which means maybe this many relationships last from this stage to 25 years down the pike. So statistically, it's not so hot. Then I take his character into play. Now, he made an agreement with your grandmother to pay her back for a ticket, right?
Right.
And then you gave her a bad check. Now, he not only gave your grandmother a bad check, he gave a lot of other people bad checks. That's why they closed his account. Because if it was one bad check, they would have said insufficient funds. You know, everybody gets that once in a while when they don't add right. But he wrote a lot of people bad checks. So that doesn't sit well as far as his character is concerned. And not only did he give strangers bad checks, he gave a person who entertained him over the Christmas holidays and who is going to be a member of his family a bad check. So 5 years from now, unless you are dumb enough to have a child with him, you won't even remember his name. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $268. That's all. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Now, this is case number 489 on the calendar in the matter of Krapetlowski versus White. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks have seats.
Mr. Krapetlowski, this is the former girlfriend.
Yes.
And according to you, you made a loan to her in order to allow her to purchase a car.
Yes.
You did that a year ago?
Yes, ma'am.
And she made some payments to you, and then you broke up and she stopped making payments altogether. You want the balance of the loan.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. White said you purchased a car for her. It was a gift. Tell me the circumstances surrounding you purchasing this car.
We had been dating for quite a period of time. I'd say about 7-8 months, somewhere around there. And her family was going through a bunch of problems at the time. They had been, you know, kicked out of their apartments, or her mom lost her job, and she came to me asking me to help her buy a car because her aunt and nobody else would actually help her do it because they just couldn't do it for her.
Where did you have this money?
I had to take out a personal loan for it.
Did you discuss the fact that you were taking out a personal loan in order to help her with her?
Yes. The car was $3,240, and I ended up taking out a personal loan for $3,000, which is the limit that you can take out in Wisconsin.
And how much were the monthly payments?
$102.44.
How many payments did she make?
She made 5 payments.
When did she stop making the payments?
She stopped making the payments after she tried vandalizing my car. I have a police report that
Can I see that, please?
She came over at 1 o'clock in the morning, and
If you call looking at the car vandalism.
Don't speak.
She came over at 1 o'clock in the morning and with a couple of her friends, and I was just going to bed at the time, and I saw her pull up with her lights turned off, and I looked out the window, and it was the car that I had bought for her.
Why would she come over and try to vandalize your car?
I have no clue.
Had you broken up at that time?
The 2 weeks before, or a week and a half beforehand, we got in this big discussion because she was making payments, but the last 2 payments were late, and I had to wait. I had to pay them on my own, and I have proof of that too.
Just a minute. But you were still dating at that time?
No, not anymore. After I bought the car for her, she did not speak with me for 3 weeks, and after that, I called her after 3 weeks of not hearing from her, and finally she said that she was seeing someone else. So.
Oh, so immediately after the car was purchased, you broke up?
No, we broke up beforehand. We were just kind of seeing each other like really good friends.
Were you hoping that you would get back together
Yes.
again? Is that what this was all about?
Yes.
Okay. All right, now I'll hear you.
First of all, we were only going out for 2 months. He followed me for 9 months after. There was nothing.
Get to the car.
The car was a gift because he knew I needed a car. We were in troublesome things in family. He knew that I needed a vehicle, so...
Look at me. Listen to me. Look at my face.
He wanted to buy my affection by buying me a vehicle. He told me he didn't want any money from me.
Just a second. Was he successful?
In
what you're telling me is that you were really not interested in him. Is that right?
Exactly.
And he was trying to buy your affection with the car.
Exactly.
So you said, okay. He took out the money. You knew he was taking out a personal loan for the for it. Is that right?
He had mentioned something.
Well, mention something. You knew he was taking a personal loan out to purchase the car for you. Is that right?
It wasn't even about that. He just told me that he wanted to buy me a vehicle.
Pay attention to what I'm saying to you, madam.
Yes.
You could live until you're 110, you won't be as smart as I am. So pay attention. Did you or did you not know that he was taking out a personal loan to buy you this car?
Yes.
And that was so that he hopefully would ingratiate himself to you and you would like him better. Is that right?
Correct.
Did it work?
No.
How soon after he took out the loan and bought you the car did you know it wasn't going to work?
We were just going to be friends through it all anyways. It wasn't going to be anything. He didn't want the money from me. Yes.
You knew that right along. Then you know what you're like? A prostitute. You took money from him under false pretenses. He was hoping for, you're not even a prostitute who delivers. Look at me. That is the cruelest thing that I ever heard. You wanted a car. You had a guy who cared for you, who was trying to help. Put your hand down. And you decided to use him for money, holding out the hope that it would be something more of a relationship than just friends until you got what you wanted, and then you told him to take off. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what you just told me. Precisely. You have the worst kind of character I've heard in a long time. How much does she owe you?
$2,724, I believe.
Judgment for the plaintiff. Let me tell you something, madam. You may have a reasonable-looking face. If you have a lousy character that will last you your whole life, you have to have a good character. You have to be a moral person. You don't use people cruelly. Do you understand? Good. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I trusted her at the time, but it turned out to kick me in the butt.
He was trying to get me back, and he couldn't, so he tried to do whatever he wanted to do.
She knew exactly what it was. She's just been lying through her teeth.
I never made him. I never put a gun to his head to force him or anything. It was never like that.
She used me straight up to get what she wanted and then cast me aside whenever she felt like it.
He got what he wanted, so I'm done with him. And he's out of my life forever, so I'm happy.
I think Judy was right on.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of George versus Stuckey. Step forward, please.
16-year-old Samuel George and his mother, Susan George, are suing Samuel's brother, 20-year-old student Donnie Stuckey, for medical bills and pain and suffering. Samuel says Donnie purposely dumped scalding hot water on his back.
When I was a kid, we used to play practical jokes. We would do things like Vaseline toilet seats. Or what was another one of my favorites? In camp, they would take saran wrap and put it underneath the toilet seats. Sew your pant legs together. Those are things people do as practical jokes. But according to the complaint that I've read, these practical jokes got a little out of hand. Mr. Stuckey, you are 20 years old, is that right? And this is your brother?
Yes.
And I gather from your complaint that the two of you hadn't seen each other for many, many years. Were you raised by two different families?
Yes.
You're his mother?
Yes.
And more recently, you found each other and you became friends. You were staying over at your house?
Yes.
Tell me what you did, Mr. George, while you were staying over at your brother's house. You're 16, is that right?
Correct. Okay, well, January 3rd, I went over to my brother's house after work, and I went over to his apartment, and we went to a friend's house. I got over there at about 9:30, 10 o'clock, and we went to one of his friend's house, and we hung out and watched the Michigan-Ohio State football game. So we went back to his apartment, and Donnie went to sleep early because he had to go to work the next day. And me and Anthony stayed up in the living room and watched TV. And like we always play practical jokes, we play a little rough. And around Christmas time, I bought a bottle of 100% pain hot sauce, which is exotic hot sauce, and it's pretty hot. I mean, it really burns your mouth. So, and while he was sleeping...
Why did you buy it?
For practical jokes.
So you planned to use it as a practical joke? I mean,
Yes.
you weren't planning to cook with it and then,
No.
you know, as an afterthought.
No.
You bought it to use on somebody.
Yes, correct.
Go ahead.
And while he was sleeping, I took the bottle and I leaned over and I dripped a few drips, probably about 3 drips on his lips while he was sleeping. And then I walked back into the living room. I suppose he went in the bathroom, washed off his mouth, went back to sleep because he had work the next day. Later that night, I went to sleep, probably around 12:30. I went to sleep on his couch. And I set my alarm clock for, I think, 7:30 because I knew he would try and get me back in the morning before I woke up and before he went to work. So I hid the hot sauce bottle. I woke up around 7:30 and I fell right back asleep. And I remember looking up and seeing Donnie and like walking around the living room in the kitchen area. And I fell back asleep. And shortly after that, he had taken a cup of hot water, put it in the microwave for what he says was 3 minutes. And
No, you didn't see him do any of this.
Oh, I was
so
sleeping.
you just tell me what you felt.
What I felt was he poured the water on my back, and it was scalding hot, and I just felt the skin off my back. It just burnt all the skin off my back. So I fell off the couch, screaming in agony and pain, and then I ripped off my shirt, went in the bathroom, and jumped in the shower and turned it on cold water immediately. And I was washing off my back, and I got out and I looked in the mirror, and I saw the skin hanging off my back.
I'd like you to come up here, sir, and turn around so you can show me your back. The lighter marks are where you were burned, sir?
Yes, correct. Right here, and then down all the way around my hip.
Okay. How long were you hospitalized?
I went to the hospital immediately afterwards. I went to the university hospital, and they transferred me to Shriners Hospital, which is a special burn unit. And I was probably at the hospital for a few hours. They gave me morphine. The lady at the nurse, she took the skin off my back. She had to remove almost like a ball this size of skin off the back and wash it. And they bandaged me up, and then they sent me home with a second-degree kit, burn kit, and which my mom took care of me after that.
You have the hospital report?
This is a burn estimate and a diagram. And these are other papers filled out by the nurse and nursing evaluation and other hospital papers.
Have you spoken to your brother since?
No. Not since we left the hospital.
Did he go with you to the hospital?
Yeah.
What were you thinking?
Getting back.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. 16-year-old Samuel George says his brother, Donnie Stuckey, woke him from his sleep by dumping scalding hot water on his back. Donnie says he was returning a practical joke.
Tell me what you did. Take your hands out of your pockets, by the way.
Well, the night that this happened, or whatever, we all had some drinks. Sam had brought over some Bacardi 151, and him and my roommate, they were, you know, playing video games. They were kind of drunk. I was like, look, I'm finna go to bed. You know, I got to get up in the morning. And I was maybe asleep for probably an hour or whatever, and I wake up to, like, excruciating pain. My eyes was watering, you know, I was choking, I was vomiting in my bed or whatever. My nasal passages were closing, because, like, this is extremely hot sauce. He put a tablespoon in it, and it only takes, like, a drop of this, like, you know, to season an entire pot of chili.
Absolutely the wrong thing.
Yeah, basically.
What did you do to get back at him?
When I woke up or whatever, I'm like, I'm going to get him back. So the first thing I did was look for the hot sauce. Look for it everywhere. I'm like, he hid it. Like, okay, I got to improvise. I'm like, I'll just heat up some water. And I was like, man, I ain't gonna be burning hot enough. So I just put a cap full of alcohol in there or whatever. And I heated it up in the microwave for like 3 minutes, just enough so it can steam. And I linked over him with the cup of the hot water. I meant to put, like, you know, a couple of drops on him. So as soon as I put the, like, a drop fell on him, he jumped up immediately, like in pain or whatever, and he knocked the cup out of my hand.
So it was his fault?
Huh?
So it was his fault?
That all of it, no, it was his fault that all of it fell on his back.
So that's what I said. It was his fault.
Correct.
That all of it fell on his back.
Yes.
It wasn't your fault because you only intended to put a drop on it. So the fact that he jumped up in pain, spilling the whole thing on his back, that was his fault.
Yes. I did not mean to burn him to that extent, so...
Listen to me.
Yes.
I don't think that you understand that I was that I was making a joke. That was your fault. Okay. What happened was, according to you, you dropped the drop of this hot liquid on him, and his reflex was to jump up. And if I believe you that you hadn't intended to pour the whole thing on him, not so sure about. The fact that it fell on him was still your fault. Had nothing to do with him.
Well, you knocked it out of my hand.
So it was his fault.
What
do you do for a living?
I work at 99 Center, and I'm a student at UC.
Oh.
Physical therapy.
Fine. So that requires you to use your head a certain amount of the time, right?
Yeah.
It's not, you're not moving cinder blocks from here to here.
No.
Right? It reminds you to use your brain. Right? I want you to use your brain.
Okay.
This wasn't using your brain.
I was angry.
Oh.
No.
Now you can come up and stand up here. What were your medical bills that were not covered by insurance?
All of the bills were covered by insurance, and Shriners is a free hospital, so we were very fortunate on the care.
So, now, Sam, you tell me how much you think he should pay you for pain and suffering.
I believe he should pay me $3,000 for pain and suffering.
Really?
Yeah.
And how much do you think you should pay him for causing him discomfort that evening?
50 cents.
Wrong. There isn't much difference between a 16-year-old and a 20-year-old. They're both stupid. One's just a little more stupid than the other, and unfortunately, that's the 20-year-old who's a little more stupid than the other. But they're both stupid. Neither one of them are fully cooked yet, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm asking your son is, you caused a certain amount of discomfort.
Correct.
And you think the amount of discomfort that you caused, I mean, you didn't have any life-threatening injuries.
Okay.
You weren't hospitalized for 10 days in a burn unit. You were treated and released. Your mother took care of you at home. She changed your dressings. It was very painful. It was very uncomfortable.
Very painful.
No question about it. And I guarantee you that you will think twice at this point in your life about doing other practical jokes on people, won't you?
Correct.
So that was a very good lesson. Now, I'm not suggesting that your brother here, that you pay him for teaching you a very good lesson. But I think that you're out of line when you say you want him to pay you $3,000 and you only owe him 50 cents. Do you understand? Now, Mr. Stuckey, you would agree with me, would you not, that you caused substantially more injury to your brother than he caused to you. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
And that the pain of this burn lasted much longer than the burn in your mouth. Is that right?
Yeah.
Tell me what you think is reasonable accountability on your part.
I don't think I owe him anything, you know. Like I said, I didn't intend to burn him to that extent.
Well, but you did. So you did. So
Yes.
whether you actually intended to do it or not is not relevant. This was exactly what you intended, only the injury was more than you intended. You intended to burn him on his back to hurt him.
Yeah, but
To
not
hurt
to that
him,
extent.
but not
though.
to the extent.
No.
Well, unfortunately, you didn't have a thermometer in that hot water, my friend, because you did hurt him. Now, I'm not going to give you $3,000, Mr. George, because I think that you have to learn your own lesson. But I am awarding you $1,500 for your pain and suffering. And I think that even though he's not too bright, he's your brother, so I would like you to talk to him again. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, you prepared to forgive him?
Yep.
Good, perfect, thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Now, this is case number 468 on the calendar in the matter of Langley versus Dupree. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Now, Miss Dupree, the defendant was a friend of yours who let you borrow her car. Is that right?
Yes.
When did you borrow her car?
On October 1st of last year.
Where were you going?
To a friend's house.
What time did you borrow the car?
It's probably about 9 or 10 o'clock at night, roughly, maybe. It was around 9 or 10 o'clock. I'm not sure exactly what time it was.
Is that right so far?
It was the 2nd of October, and it was it was 9 o'clock.
Okay. You were going to a friend's house.
Yes.
And according to what I've read in Miss Langley's complaint, the car was stopped and impounded, and she wants you to pay the impound fees, which are substantial. Picked up the car at 9 o'clock from her house. Were you driving yourself, or were you with somebody else in the car?
I asked her to borrow the car. You know, it's okay to borrow a car. You know, it's something, you know, that happens all the time.
Don't give me the no, please. Don't say you know. You've already gotten all the you knows that you're going to be entitled to.
Okay.
Take a breath. You were at her house. You asked to borrow the car. She said, okay, that's 9 o'clock. Let's go step by step after that.
Okay. So I borrowed the car. I went to my destination where I was heading. When I was on the way back...
You went to the destination. Tell me where that was.
I was at my friend's house.
What's your friend's name?
Tasha.
How long did it take you to get there?
Probably about 15 minutes.
So you got there about 9:15. And how long did you stay at Tasha's house?
Till probably about 11:15.
What were you doing there?
25. Just, you know, sitting around, visiting.
Anybody else there at Tasha's house other than you and Tasha?
No, just a few other people. And
well, then
we were
the
just
answer
sitting-
is yes, a few other people, not no.
Oh, I thought you meant was there anybody riding with me besides
No, I
myself?
said at Tasha's house. You have to pay attention. At Tasha's house, were there other people?
No. Well, yes, there was. Well, I'm kind of nervous. Excuse me.
You don't look nervous. What you look like is you're trying to anticipate where I'm going with my questions. Don't do that. You just listen carefully to the questions and answer them. You got it? All right, now it's between 11:15 and 11:25, and you've been hanging out at Tasha's house for about 2 hours with several other people.
Yes.
And you were going back to Miss Langley's house?
Yes.
Which is a 15-minute drive.
Roughly, yes.
So let's pick it up from there. You're driving by yourself, and what happened?
Okay, as I'm driving back to Margot's house, I saw the sirens flash behind me. So I had pulled over, you know, to see what was going on. He came to the car. He asked me for, you know, my driver's license. I said, well, I don't have a copy of my driver's license, but here's my driver's license numbers in the system. I have a restricted license. So he ran...
What kind of a restricted license do you have?
Restricted license to and from school, from my program that I have to go to, or back and forth to work.
You weren't working at Tasha's house, were you?
No.
So that you were not driving during a time when you were supposed to be driving, is that right?
Correct.
Why not?
Wasn't thinking responsibly, you know, about my restricted license. But at the same time, Margot was...
Shh. Now you're volunteering. Don't volunteer anything.
Okay.
So you didn't have your license with you. You were driving at a time when you weren't permitted to be driving. And what else, Mr. Dupree?
Okay. When he ran my driver's license, he said, no, your license is suspended. And you're driving in a car that's not currently registered. So I said, well, can I call the owner of the car? And, you know, asked her could she come pick up her car, because I was under the impression that I had a restricted license, and so was she. He said, well, what's her name? Whose car is this supposed to be? I said, Margot Langley. They said, no, this car isn't registered in Margot Langley's name. So I couldn't call her to have her come pick up my car.
Had you been drinking that night?
Yeah, earlier I had a beer. Yes, ma'am.
Did you have more than one beer?
No, I did not.
Why do you think the car was stopped, Mr. Dupree?
Because the registration wasn't up to date.
How do you think that he figured out that the registration wasn't up to date?
Well, actually, I saw him behind me. There was no tag in the back of the car, you know, saying that this was a new bought car, but, you know, it is registered or anything. And I guess when I had looked at the car, the tags had expired at the beginning of that month.
Let me ask you this question, Mr. Dupree, because your defense is that you were stopped because this car wasn't up to date in its registration, and the car was impounded for that reason. That's what your answer says. So you're not responsible for the impound fees.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you think would have happened at midnight if you were stopped and they found that you had a suspended license if the car had been registered?
It still would have got impounded.
Right! So where's your defense?
Well, my defense is that Margot knew my current situation with my license. She was okay with that because she doesn't have a valid California driver's license herself. So she knew that. She took that chance as well as I did. But when I got pulled over, that's when I was aware that the license weren't restricted, because I didn't follow through, I guess, with the procedures that I had to do to get a restricted license. Now, they wouldn't have never pulled me over unless the registration was up to date.
Are we finished now? Are we finished?
Yes.
Could I see the bill for the impound fees, please?
Yes, ma'am.
The car was impounded for 33 days. Why?
Yeah, it had to be in there for a mandatory 30 days because Mr. Pre had a previous DUI conviction.
Did you know about that?
No. No, I did not.
That's not true, Your Honor. She knew that was the whole point of my restricted license. She knew about my DUI. You know, this situation is truly not my fault because it's really not my fault. The only thing I went wrong here in doing is getting behind the wheel up under somebody's car that I didn't have, not knowing about. You know, I was being irresponsible, knowing my situation with my license. I did not check all points of the car. But you know, by checking the tags, making sure everything's current. But being that we're close, I think that she would tell me if anything was wrong with the car and let me decide if I want to take, you know, a bigger chance of a risk already by getting up under the wheel of an unregistered car.
All right, enough. I heard enough. Let me tell you this, Miss Langley. I assume that you knew she had a problem with her license. And I assume that even if you didn't know at that time, that all you had to do was ask. I believe that anybody who gives a car to somebody should be responsible for everything. I think that they ought to just take people's cars who give them to somebody that you're not sure of and take them and make them charitable donations. Do you understand?
Yes.
She had a beer. She got behind the wheel of a car. She probably had another beer at Tasha's house hanging around for 2 hours.
Can I say something,
Nothing.
Your Honor?
No, you said a lot.
Okay.
You said one thing that was very smart. And you said, I am going to accept responsibility. And then you went on to give me 10 minutes why it wasn't your fault. And what I'm telling you is, it is your fault. Nobody put you behind the wheel of a car. Nobody told you to go to your friend's house. Nobody told you to drink and drive at the same time, which is the reason why you...
I'm speaking. I am
speaking. Don't you see my mouth moving?
Yeah.
Nobody told you to get behind the wheel of a car drunk, which you did once before.
Drunk.
Yes, you did, because your license was suspended for DUI.
Yeah, but I wasn't drunk. The only reason why...
Drunk! You were drunk. And my thinking is, Mr. Dupree, if you get caught once driving drunk, you've probably done it 10 times and not gotten caught.
That's true. But that's why...
You're right.
That's why
true.
I stayed there. My alcohol level was only 0.09.
Just a second. Hold on a second. So you mean when they stopped you, they gave you a breathalyzer?
Yes, they did.
Oh,
yes, they did.
I'm speaking. So that the reason the car was stopped is because you were driving erratically.
No, because when they started talking to them, they smelled the beer on my breath.
Quiet.
That's why they gave me the breathalyzer.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,180, which is the amount of the impound fees, and I suggest to you...
Present DUI.
I suggest to you that there's got to be something under this hair other than just hair. Do you understand?
Yep.
When you get behind the wheel of a car, you don't do it having consumed any alcohol. You just don't seem to understand that. And I'm certainly hoping that nobody will give you their car. Nobody will give you a license because you don't learn. And one day you're going to hurt somebody.
I did learn. That's why I sat there and didn't leave.
Parties are excused.
Thank you. Alcohol limit is 0.08.
You were 0.9, dear.
She still, to this day, apparently shows that she's not drunk, but she was blue at 0.9.
That still is the legal limit, but still, if her tags and her situation would have been up to date, I would have been pulled over in the first place.
It had nothing to do with my registration. It was all about Ms. Dupree and her driving record.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Westervelt versus Weaver. Step forward, please.
20-year-old college student Michael Westervelt is suing fellow college student Brian Weaver for pain and suffering. Michael says Brian damaged her hearing when he set off a firecracker.
How old are you?
22.
You know what your IQ is? You know what an IQ is?
Yes, I do.
Do you know what your IQ is?
No, I don't.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a bellman at a hotel.
How long have you been steadily and gainfully employed?
4 years.
You live alone?
Nope, I live with 2 roommates.
Do you pay your bills on time?
Yep.
Do you drive a car?
Yes, I do.
You have insurance?
Yes, I do.
So you think you're a pretty responsible guy?
I would say so.
Then why would a reasonably nice-looking, seemingly normal, 22-year-old responsible guy who maintains a job, maintains a bank account, drives a car, has insurance, fool around with firecrackers and set them off in a house? Do you want to tell me why somebody would do that?
Yeah, just at a party, everyone's drinking.
So you were drunk?
I wasn't drunk. I'm saying everyone
Had
was
you
drinking.
had something to drink?
I had.
How much did you have to drink?
Few cocktails.
What was the date of this party?
I don't know exactly. I'd say 5 days before Christmas.
In somebody's apartment?
It was in somebody else's house.
But indoors?
Indoors. We were in the kitchen. About 6 of us were standing in the kitchen making drinks. There was about another 10 people out in the living room. And I saw some firecrackers on the counter. I was going to throw them in the sink.
You mean you were going to light them first?
Light them and throw them in the sink.
You weren't just going to throw them in the sink. You were going to light them and throw them in the sink.
Right.
How big were the firecrackers?
I don't know. Lady fingers, about 1.5 inches.
How many did you pick up?
I picked one.
So you picked up the firecracker.
Picked up the firecracker. Sink's in front of me. I'm standing in the doorway. This is the living room. I'm in the kitchen. I go to light it. The fuse takes off quicker than I anticipated. And in panic, I kind of flung it up in the air. It went out this way into the room above about 9 other people's heads. And after the bang...
And exploded.
And exploded in the air. And after the bang, when people found out what it was, everyone pretty much calmed down, except for Michael, and she was pretty angry.
Shaken up.
And bitter. Yeah, she was
and
shaken
angry.
up.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Michael Westervelt is suing fellow college student Brian Weaver for pain and suffering. Michael says Brian damaged her hearing when he set off a firecracker.
Okay. You're suing him for $5,000 because you say because of that you have bad hearing.
Mm-hmm.
Show me.
Well, Your Honor, when he threw the firecracker, it didn't explode in the air. It exploded parallel between my ear and my friend who was sitting next to me. So when the firecracker exploded, it was, I mean, a couple inches closer, it would have been hitting my face. I mean, it was right there.
He's an idiot. There's no question about that.
Yeah, so...
Show me what it says about your medical bills and show me what it says about your hearing test.
These are the 2 bills that I have. And then this is a hearing test. And it shows that my left ear is 100% and my right ear, the damage from the... I had pressure and ringing, and I've had headaches ever since the incident.
What were the firecrackers doing in this house?
I have no clue. What was the damage to her ear before that incident?
No. I can only tell from what she tells me.
I mean,
she tells me that she had headaches afterwards and that she had ringing in her ear. I don't know what her hearing was before that. It's part of the problem because she doesn't have expert testimony with regard to that. But you certainly are responsible for some part of the discomfort that she had, certainly for all of her bills.
But I don't feel that because there was 9 other people in the room and she's the only one that had a problem with it.
So?
So I don't know if there was ringing or headaches. I mean, how do I know she didn't have headaches before this?
She may have. She says she didn't.
I don't feel that I owe her money for her ears, personally.
Well, let me ask you this question, sir. What if the firecracker, instead of going off a couple of inches away from her face, hit her face and burned her face? Would you feel as if you were responsible?
Sure, because I would see that there was no burn mark before she came into the party. And
then I have to say, just because you can't see it doesn't mean you're not liable. That's for me to decide whether your stupid, irresponsible, childlike actions caused her discomfort. If I find that they did, you are responsible. Now, you may not be responsible to the full extent that she wants you to be responsible, but you certainly are responsible. What kind of work do you do?
I'm a full-time student.
What day of the week was this?
It was a Friday, and it was the end of finals for school, so everybody was celebrating.
Okay. Did you go home immediately afterwards?
Afterwards, my friend drove me to my sister's house, which was closer to the location and that we were partying at. And I immediately told her what kind of discomfort I was in. And my mother is an RN, and I saw her the next day, and I still had the ringing. And
how long did it last?
The ringing lasted for 3 days, and I've had headaches ever since. And after he threw the firecracker, I turned around to see who did it. And he was pointing and laughing. It was humiliating. You know, everybody in the kitchen.
Shouldn't have been humiliating to you because he was acting like a
I know
fool.
he was acting like a fool, but just the pain, immediate pain, you know, and to have somebody laugh at you because of it.
Okay, but I wasn't laughing.
He's a fool. He can't help it.
All right, Your Honor.
So listen to me. It's genetic. It's genetic. He doesn't get it. Did he ever come over and apologize to you? What did you say when you got the flowers and the note from him the next day? Did you call him and thank him?
I wish I could have.
Yeah, because they never came.
No.
And the follow-up also never came. A week later, a couple of weeks later?
Nothing.
He can't help it. He can't help it. You know? I mean, it's not a legal defense, you know, his genetic infirmity. But
Judge
I
Judy,
want you
can
to
I
have
say
some
something?
sort of sympathy for him because he's going to be like that forever. He's cooked. So I can't say, you know, when he grows up, he'll get better. When he grows up, he'll get smarter. When he grows up, his IQ will increase. This is what it is, madam. You have to have a certain amount of sympathy for him. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,500. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
If you're over 50, let me tell you something. Honestly, at this age, your biggest problem isn't that you're not making enough money. Your biggest problem is that one bad decision can ruin everything you've spent decades building. Charlie Munger understood this very well. He believed that after 50, the goal of money changes. It's no longer about growing fast. It's about not falling apart. When you're young, mistakes are part of life. You can lose money and still recover. You have time on your side. But after 50, time is no longer flexible. If you lose a big chunk of your savings at 60, you don't get many chances to fix it. You don't get decades to rebuild. That's why Munger used to say that after 50, survival becomes the real game. Most people don't like hearing that, but it's true at this stage. You don't need to be bold. You don't need to be clever. You need to be careful. One mistake I see all the time is people feeling behind. They look at their savings and think they should have more. They see others making fast money and feel pressure. So they start chasing things they don't understand. They buy risky stocks. They follow trends. They listen to tips from friends or people online, and very often it ends badly. Munger believed excitement is dangerous in investing, especially later in life. If something feels thrilling, it's usually risky. After 50, thrill-seeking has no place in your money decisions. Munger preferred boring investments, companies that quietly make money year after year. Busyness people rely on no matter what's happening in the world. They don't make you feel smart at parties, but they keep you safe. And safety matters more than ego after 50. And Unathur strongly warned against was debt. Debt makes life fragile. Everything feels fine when income is steady, but life doesn't stay smooth forever. Health problems happen. Markets go down, jobs change, and debt doesn't wait for you to recover. Munger avoided debt because it removes your ability to handle stress. After 50, that ability is precious. Then there's envy. This one quietly destroys people. You see someone your age doing better than you. They buy a new car. They talk about a big investment win. Suddenly, your simple plan feels small. That feeling pushes people to take risks they shouldn't. Munger called envy one of the most useless emotions. It doesn't improve your life. It just pushes you toward bad choices. After 50, envy is especially dangerous because you don't have time to undo its damage. Munger also admitted that he made mistakes. He once sold a great investment too early, at the time. It felt smart. Later, he realized that holding it would have made him far richer. His lesson was simple. If you own something good, something you understand, don't rush to sell it. Let time work for you. After 50, trading too much is risky. Patience becomes more valuable than action. Many people think they need to become experts to invest well later in life. They follow news, predictions, and market forecasts. Munger didn't believe in that. He believed the smartest thing you can say is, I don't know. You don't need to understand everything. You just need to stay away from things you don't understand. That kind of humility protects you. The real goal after 50 isn't to win some competition. Peace of mind, being able to sleep at night, not worrying about money every day, knowing you can support yourself without stress. No one at 70 cares who made the fastest money at 55. They care about comfort, stability, and independence. So if you're over 50, Munger's advice is simple. Stop chasing fast money. Stop comparing yourself to others. Avoid debt. Avoid complicated investments. Stick to what you understand. Be patient. You don't need to be brilliant. You just need to avoid making a mistake that can't be fixed. After 50, the winners aren't the loudest or the boldest. They're the ones who stay calm, stay disciplined, and stay in the game. And sometimes the smartest thing you can do with your money is simply not to mess it up.